Babies on the south side, the east side, the west side, the north side. Hey friends, thank you so much for tuning in to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on IntellectualRadio.com. And of course, you already know we are the station that feeds your brain. Welcome back to Crazy Conversations. I am here today with Wifey for Lifey and executive producer Sumner Allman. How are you?
I'm okay.
You roughing it out?
I'm roughing it out.
That's okay. You're a soldier. You're a rider for real, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for wanting to come on tonight to have this grown up conversation, a little bit from what we had on our last show. This conversation is really going to be broken up to two segments or two little conversations so we can get some of the conversations that we neglected during our time off. We can get a little caught up so everybody can feel the craziness from Crazy Conversations. So again, welcome back. You back. You a year older. You left 51. You came back 52. You look amazing.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
How did you enjoy your birthday?
Really well.
You did?
Yes.
We did so much. You paying for it now.
It's okay.
Yeah, you paying for it now. You know, when they hear people with their voice like that, they say, oh, no, you had too much of whatever you had. You had too much of it. So I'm just trying to let everybody know we were doing everything in moderation. So again, tonight on Crazy Conversations, we are talking about the life after departing your ex, the healing, and moving on. How does moving forward looks? And that next conversation would be when the ex uses kids as pawns. If they can't have you, they don't want the kids either. So again, that's one of the topics tonight on Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. So we are going to start with the extension from last week because let me go back to I had a few little notes. And from last week, we had such a powerful conversation regarding how to peacefully end with an ex and healthy ways that you can depart. So, last time we talked about the best ways to depart from your ex, respectfully, clearly, and most of all, peaceful. But what happens after you close that chapter? That's where the real work begins. So people think once they say, okay, it's a wrap, you gone, I'm gone, that the work is over. The work sometimes just starts. So, again, we are talking about the temptation to revisit. Why people go back? Is it because of loneliness, comfort, unfinished feelings? Help me out.
Obsession.
Obsession.
It's an
Wow.
obsession. Yes. See, people want to go around that main word. It's an obsession.
Uh-huh.
Because 9 out of 10, the one person had completely gone all the way. They gone, but it's just the one person just wouldn't linger on. So
That's obsessed.
it's obsession, but that's just to me.
Okay.
That's what that I feel.
And then do you see that much or do you just see that every so often, or
It's happening a lot lately. I see it. It's to the point like pretty much you divorce, you split up, whatever how it goes. Pretty much one partner is really pretty much gone, like not 100%, but pretty much 80%, yeah. But it's just the other one just still want to linger on,
and after they have done so much to get away from that person, they're still
lingering
lingering
on,
on.
still lingering on.
That just sounds like Tubi to me.
Well, that's just how I feel.
Oh, okay. Well, if they are obsessed, then that means that they should have showed some of those uh characteristics during the time that they were dating.
See, everyone break us for different reasons.
Why would you get obsessed when it's over?
Everybody's different. Some people do because with some people just can't believe like, wow, is they not fighting for me? They not this, they not that.
Hmm.
Once again, like I said in the last conversation, our first segment is delusional. Sometimes people just lean their own self on. That's just how I feel.
So you don't you don't think that obsession is a little harsh, especially when you are trying to get people to feel comfortable with rebuilding trust after a heartbreak. Because if you describe it as obsession, that would make
It's
me not want to get back out there.
obsession to the point like just like, do you want it to end? Do you want to begin it? Do you want to keep her being a victim? But sometimes, like I say, obsession, you can put it the way that you want to put it. You can put it in the category how you want to put it, but this is how I feel. Obsession to me to the point like it's okay. Of course, everyone gonna be heartbroken. People are, but if two parties moved on and you still living on, like stop.
And when you say lingering on,
Just lingering on, like you
how
using
does that look?
excuses. Like I said, everyone had a heartbreak. Everyone like had a heartbreak. Everyone not perfect. Every situation didn't end. Don't even have to end bad. A lot of situations did end bad. But it's to the point like if it's not over, my thing to the point like people need to take their time. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? When you get through with a situation, you do need to just step back for a moment, just reevaluate yourself to see like not even to point the figure at you or for the point the figure at the person that you was with. But sometimes you just gotta look at self.
So the best thing that you need to do when you are uh, splitting up or moving on, you definitely can't come with that baggage.
It, what baggage?
The baggage of the pain. It's the reason why you're breaking up. You're not going to bring that to the new,
You need to, yeah, you need to sit down.
right?
Yeah, you do. You need to sit down. It ain't nothing wrong with that. And it's okay to be in pain. It's okay to be hurt.
And when you say sit down, how long should they be in
I
timeout?
can't describe no one else. I only have to describe myself.
How long did you stay in timeout? Have you ever had a moment where in between a breakup you had a long time to yourself to just
it was
rebuild, rehabilitate?
it was the
I
moment.
don't think so.
Really, what with me or
I
with
was just
you?
ready to bust that in. I don't think so.
You don't think what?
I don't think you've ever been single, but that's a whole nother conversation. But
That's a
again,
whole
I
nother.
don't think you have ever been single. And just so we don't take it there,
It's
we'll have
okay.
that conversation.
It's
Trust me. Yes.
but everyone had a heartbreak. I, I might
Yeah.
want to see, but everyone had heartbreaks.
I don't
Plenty.
believe it.
Everyone has well, yes, everyone has heartbreaks.
You're right. Everyone does have
So
heartbreaks.
they tell you
But I
that
believe you were doing the heartbreaking.
it was both ways. I
So
was hurt.
somebody broke your heart.
Of course, they had.
What year?
That's disclosable.
Okay, I'm not talking about in pre-K or daycare. I'm saying for real.
So
You've
much.
had your heart broke?
Yes,
I don't believe it.
I did.
For real?
Of course, of
You
course.
always say it, but I just
I
ignore
keep it
it.
real. I did. And I might have broke someone's
What?
heart too. They might feel the same way about me, but I can be honest about me. Yes, it were. But it's okay.
And it's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay to have
It
your
was I
heart
wanted the healing
broken.
journey. See, I know about the healing. See, that's why I know people.
Yeah.
I know about the healing.
You wouldn't know what to do appropriately now if you hadn't had your heart broken.
You
So
are
I don't know.
correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
You
You have
you
to go through it.
because you know not to mishandle me and I know not to mishandle you. And that comes from um a experience past, a past, not perfect, but experienced.
Experience.
People want to quick to say, something about your past, but they were experiences. So no matter
Because
good or bad, they were
there was
experiences.
experience. No one can say anything about each other. Past, it's the past, and it was an experience. Like I said, it wasn't no bad experience. And I ain't gonna degrade it like that. It was an experience that I had to learn, and I learned a lot from it. So, like I said, people hurt.
So you're saying that you never had those temptations to revisit a relationship. You haven't backslid.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Once again, it's to each his own. People decide to do it, no matter. I was younger.
Well, why you always telling me, well, Kim, you messed this up. You better not call my phone no more. Why you be saying that? Like
Because I'm 50. I'm over 50.
backslide that time.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's over.
I just thought I'd try
No,
you.
no.
I'm just saying you always be like,
I
but I
was
can understand it.
serious.
I
Yes. See, I was
can.
younger.
I know that. I know that age 14 Sumner compared to this 52-year-old. Yeah, so I definitely understand. But when we so how do you know that you're truly ready for a new relationship? Is it a certain timeline? I'm not saying that anybody passed away. I I'm not saying it was a divorce. I'm saying just a random situationship.
Will you take accountability of your part of the departure of the relationship?
Okay, so taking accountability. Okay, it was my fault. Hey, I did not put into this relationship the way I should have. So,
And will you just peace? Will you know when you have peace? But like I say, everyone is different. Some people might just want to. Some people still want to ask the question, "What happened?" Of course, they gone, but they still would ask, "What happened?"
so how do you keep from punishing the next person for mistakes that was made in your last relationship or situationship?
Like I
How do
said,
you
be
keep from punishing the new person?
be still. Like I said earlier, sometimes you just have to sit something out. You just have to be still and work on you, because it's not fair to the next person to go through what you went through.
And you remember when I was saying that, sometimes, you can't even tell people what you do for a living. You can't tell people the address to your job. You can't, you can't do things the way, our parents and aunts and uncles were able to do things back then because like you said, it does bring upon some of those characteristics of a session and stalkerish, those type of things, that people do when you are trying to depart. So, like you said, sometimes it doesn't start until you try to end. So,
But
as long as you were in the relationship, you didn't show me that you were obsessed. But when I said that I cannot do it anymore, then you came out the bag on me.
But I'm gonna keep on saying this. Everyone who was in a relationship, everyone who was in a marriage, in real life was really meant to be. Everyone not everyone not meant to be with each other. But certain things we get together for a reason. When you have a reason to get together, you use an excuse to get together, to get married. That's what problems come in at just because you guys have had no connection anyway. You guys use that connection of doing something.
So when you say that just no connection, you mean like that you would almost go with anybody to.
If you try to rush to get out the house, it's anything. Once again, like people does,
You
whatever.
triggered me. You
Okay.
triggered me.
So listen,
You triggered me
no,
because I rushed to get out the house.
but but
You triggered me because I rushed to get out the house. But okay, I'll let you finish. So, how do you know that you've actually started to heal?
the point is, the question is, do you want to heal, or are you ready to heal, or what are you healing from? You healing from yourself. You healing from the situation. You healing from the person itself. You healing from what? So, like I said, you have to start asking your question to the point like, this is what I really want. Like once again, a lot of people be delusional. They do. They be like to the point like they don't know what they want right now. They just want to be the victim, but they want to be the victim, and they still want to be a part of that.
And so, when you say want to be a part of that, how
Still have your feet in the. Still have your feet in the
so you
water, in
like
the hot water.
playing double dutch. You
Yes,
half in, half out. You trying to know when to go in or stay out. Okay, I get it. And so we were talking last week about using therapy, journaling, faith, and support groups. Did you find out any groups that we could give out to the listeners, or or will we have that available next week? Because I would like to share those couple of support groups because I realize that it's a support group for everything. And if it's not, you can start one with one other person. So again, and it's a support group. So again, we definitely would like to extend that to some listeners so that they can know that going through a departure from a short term or a long term relationship is always devastating. But nobody ever talks about, what did they say, the healing after the departure. So, again, that's what we are talking about. Again, the healing process, the healing process. And why do we often want to return to that hurt? Why would we be willing to return to that hurt? So that's what a listener called ex relapse. When you return to the hurt, when you've gotten away from it and then you return right back to it.
but that's to the point that you never left it. So there's no return to anything because you never left.
So they never
You
left.
never left. Never left.
And so when you decide that you want to rekindle something minor or major with someone that you departed from, does it always block healing? Can you heal if you went back to someone that you departed from?
See, I don't know anything about that. Um, I know personally, I don't know anything about going back to anything
So
because
you
I'm not going back to any. I'm not going backward. Period. But to each his own.
I
Whoever,
thought
whoever,
so. You
no, ain't no,
never.
you thought, no, you never thought nothing. No.
Oh my God.
No,
What?
no,
So, well, then you definitely the one for that conversation.
most definitely.
You
Most
gonna take it
definitely.
to a whole nother
Mo-
level.
like I said, to each his own. Whoever decides to do it, that's they not wrong and they not right. That's their choice.
Hmm.
So you can't, like, everyone is different. I'm
Right.
not saying because I'm not going back because they was bad people. No, let me just reiterate that right now. No, I'm not saying that I'm not going backwards because they was bad individuals. No, I'm not saying that because of that. That's just me. To me, like, to my choice, to the point, like, if it's meant for me to go backwards, I would have been there to work on it incessantly and daily to keep working on it. I never would move forward the way that I did.
I almost forgot about the support system strategies that I had written down because they said, Miss Kim, can you let the listeners know some strategies that they can use when they're getting ready to depart? So, one of the strategies was before or right after the breakup, line up a friend, a therapist, or a family member for check ins. When you're tempted to call or text your ex, text your accountability partner instead. Why it works? They said it works because breakups triggers loneliness. Outside support helps stop unhealthy rebound contact. So again, those are called support system strategies. So again, I appreciate her sharing those with me. I would like to go back over some of those as well. And the next thing that we wanted to talk about is the glow up approach. And that's when you channel that energy into something that is going to enhance your personal growth. Like you take a class, you travel, you go to the gym. Those are things that you can do positively to take your mind off of some of the pain that you have experienced and the reason that you had to depart. I think the gym and the journaling and travel is good. I think those are really good. You know, that stops you from, you know, stalking their Instagram or any of those social media pages or, you know, make you not want to think about what you would like to be doing toxically. So some people do that. They do that.
So you
So
said stalking their Instagram page,
but like you
stalking their
said,
social
it be
media.
obsessions. It be obsessions, and I never thought of that word, but
I'm
that's a good
thankful
word to
that,
use.
yes, that's what it is.
So I know
Once
now.
again, to each his own, but that's all obsession. That's what it is.
Wow. And when we talked about last week, we talked about strategies to share with the listeners and positive, peaceful ways to depart. And we talked about the respectful exit, how to exit respectfully. Do you remember how we summed that up? Let's talk about it. A kind conversation about the respectful exit. Like, how do you, somebody will be disrespectful. I don't think an exit will come with two respectful individuals. That's just my point.
So that's what everyone have to do. They ask this separately and do it peaceful. See, some people be wanting to keep us to what they gonna do and what for attention. No, something you just have to do it. At the end of the day, you see that I'm gone. But like I said, peaceful.
But that used to matter a long time ago. You used to be like you can say, "Look, I care about you, but this relationship is not working out. You know, it's not best for me anymore." And and you gone down to your friend basement. But no, you can't do that no more. You try to break up with people and they put your whole family is a hostage.
Wow.
So
It's like that
so
out
now
here.
I see why you said obsessed. So that's why they
That's,
think when you break up with them or when things are not working, then they can run to the families. Yeah, that's a good way
but
to.
this it only always have to be the person who run into the family. It's always could be the other person. See, they always go. See, they always go with the side of the person who filed for the divorce. I always say, but they not the one who obsessed. But to me, those are be the one who be obsessed. It's the one who filed to me because when you file for a divorce for a person, you ask them and they really say yes to go through it. You shocked because a lot of people just throw their words out.
Mhm.
So when they go through, and they finally go through and they go through all the way with it, and they like and they there's no more fight for it. To me, that's what they come in at.
So you're saying the person that files the divorce or the separation, they're stalkers.
I ain't say y'all.
They're the obsessed ones.
So
So they're
we
obsessed.
can't always say the person who got the divorce, who said divorce too is always the obsession. No, that's no fair.
So they obsessed enough to know I'm going to go to court for what, maybe 12 to
It
15
don't even have
months.
to be hurting. See, my obsession don't have to be hurting like that. My obsession is stalking the Instagram page, just being petty.
Or just seeing their face.
Just you know what I'm saying? Yeah, or just calling for this if kids involved. Just
Hmm.
calling for this, calling for irrelevant stuff. So that's to me, it's obsession. It's not about no one getting hurt. Oh no, it's not about that all the time. That's not my obsession like that.
Well, when you say obsession, it confuses me because I thought that that would take two or for someone to even be able to be obsessed.
What you mean?
Like, if a person is obsessed, why would they break up? I'm confused. Like,
Because
if
we all got
why I'm gonna come right out of a breakup and I'm gonna be obsessed with you.
just because of when you pull that you want a divorce and they finally go through with it, but you thought they wasn't, but they finally go through with it all the way. So now they sad it over. So there's no you to the point like where I was just it don't matter you were just throwing out the wild card. But that
Uh,
wild card just got the drop for on it.
I'm learning. I guess I wasn't
But
like.
that's just to me.
I guess I wasn't liked at all.
See
I'm
that show
just saying, just saying it. It's for real.
that's how
I
you
didn't
feel.
know. I didn't know that people did things like that.
No, but like
So,
I said, a lot of people don't want to let go. Period. There's nothing wrong with that. Period. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's situation breakup is different. Everyone situation is different. But just to talk to the people, it's just to the point like you have to make your choice of yourself. But going backwards, that'd be your choice.
and
That's
that,
not what we said it's okay with.
so it definitely would have to be boundaries. Definitely would have to be boundaries set in order for those type of relapses to not occur. I think the boundaries should be.
Grown people. Grown people know how
Grown
to do it.
people know exactly
Know
how
how
to
to do
do
it.
it. Yeah,
Seriously, in real life, grown
I'm
people know
telling
how to
you,
do stuff.
these
So, but
wannabe
my thing is
fake,
that it take two. People
take
always
it,
say
wanna
it's
be
one,
fake.
but people always just say one. But it's always it take two.
Yeah,
It's not always just one. It's both parties.
yeah, it is. I can admit when I've had to. I don't blame anybody when I have to get on a certain level. I don't blame anybody. It is what it is. So we have those situations. My life ain't perfect. So again, if I have some issues that need to be addressed, for sure I'm going to address them. That's just me. That's just that's just how I live out here. So again, if it's a situation that has to be addressed, then it has to be addressed. So it's just in a respectful manner that things can be addressed. And if other people don't handle it with respect, then you always know how to come the next time. You know, you go. Again, I know you feel different,
You,
but
you
I
already,
know,
you already
I already
know.
know you
Like
feel
I said, you
different.
are. I
And
just
that's what makes it so amazing. And that's why these conversations can go on for hours and hours. And
because there's no right and no wrong answer.
because
It's
there's
just
never any right or wrong. And believe me, every time we learn something, we actually learn something. It would be different if we put all that effort towards conversations and then hours and hours go by and we have not
learn
learned
anything.
anything. So just like we can pour, we have others that pour into us. When we get these, the first thing, I can't finish reading it before I'm blaming the whole thing on some. Soon as I get the conversation, I feel like, now you had somebody sitting there. Now you know, did you do this song? So I already know. And she gets so mad when they come in. Sometimes she's like, that is not me. I don't know. I don't know that person. So sometimes you get some things that are very close to home. You could be going through that same thing at that same given time. Nobody is exempt from the BS on no day. Nobody's exempt from that. So, what we were going to talk about was the peaceful ways. Can you tell us about the peaceful ways that you suggested for the walk away, the departure, that peaceful that peaceful walk away that you say it's possible?
Well, like I said, it depends on the situation.
Mhm.
If you decide 9 out of 10, it's always gonna be a situation that a relationship didn't work out. Everyone that handled different. The younger me different. I handled it different. The younger me did, but what I did in my younger year, I definitely would do it in my older year. So to the point, like certain things don't even need no reaction to it. Certain things don't even need no words to it. You just do what you have to do. And like I said, peaceful to me. When you walk away, it let me know how you felt about me doing a relationship.
I was gonna piggyback on what you said about obsession because I'm
Here
not
you go.
I'm not breaking up with you, so this doesn't apply to me. But again, you already know that I would be obsessed. That would be me. So yeah, that would be me. I would be stalking you. All of that. Yes, I sure would be. So yeah. So just keep it smooth and we won't have those issues. You won't have those obsession issues, okay? Because again, I know you was describing some of my toxicness, but it's okay. I got you. Again, our crazy conversations with
Well, you
Miss
paid attention,
Kim.
okay?
I always do. We are talking about the life after departing your ex. How does the healing and moving forward look like? It would look different on everybody because it doesn't look the same on a man as it looks on a woman. So it's going to be different
With everyone.
in so many ways.
With everyone.
Yeah, because some people you can just you can just look at them like you don't even have to know them. You could just be walking next to them in the grocery store. You could look over there at them and you'd be like, oh, they just left divorce court.
Mm.
That just the way some people just carry themselves. They carry that pain and they don't try to smile at all.
But some people carry that during a marriage. Because a lot of people, you see a lot of people
Now see, you coming for me.
say,
See, you shy one. See, you shy one now. Now that's wrong now. Go ahead. I'm
no, but
listening.
once again, we have to be fair. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just saying, some people in marriage, they live the same way. They do, but sometimes, like I said, but once again, that's their choice. But it's not just regular relationships. And it's just not relationships, period. It could be any type of relationship. The people just be looking, looking that way.
Well, I hope you think I look a little better. Do I look a little better?
About what?
Do I smile?
About what? I'm just
All the
confused.
time now, because you say some people be in relationships and be married and they still be looking mad.
If you look at man after 10 years, it's a problem.
It is.
If you still looking from a past situation to your new situation 10 years later, it's a problem.
I love the way I look. Let me just say
So
that right now.
that's what I'm saying.
Let
But
me say that right now.
like I said, everyone's situation is different. I'm gonna look the way that I look. Period. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm gonna leave my situation, like I said, in respect, of course, of respect, especially with kids or no kids.
You don't look like that at 52 if you ain't got a lot of love in your life.
You said I
Caught
don't
you
look.
off guard,
You
huh?
said I don't look.
I say you can't look 52 like that if you ain't got a lot of love in your life.
Period. That's it. I don't have no complaints in
And
no type of area.
you definitely can't look 51 and not being able to experience love the right way. I ain't worried about it. This gonna be me at 70 because again, I ain't going nowhere. I'm about to be obsessed. I'm about to give me a t-shirt and a key ring to say obsessed. So again,
No,
I'm
don't even
so
say that. No.
obsessed. Every time I call your phone, I'm obsessed. Mama some. Again,
Stop.
I'm obsessed. Again, we had the opportunity to have that conversation. And again, it had some very, very positive feedback. And people wanted others to know that they get teased when they're going through departures. They get the temptation to reconnect. As they prepare for a healthier relationship, and they are trying to reclaim their identity, sometimes they will, slip back into whatever it was that they were in. They will slip back in. But with that being said, we need to form those type of positive support groups in our communities because when you look out and when we reached out, there's so many different support groups and not just in person. A lot of them are virtual. So there's really no excuse that you do not have some sort of strategy
But
amongst your support.
but don't you think you should go like to therapy first?
You
Like don't you
think
think like
th-
you have to do something like within yourself? Cause you jumping out into a group is to the point like don't you think you have to go within you have to talk it out within yourself?
so you think that
It's just
because
to me.
therapy was on that list for them to try the therapy and the support group. So even though therapy was like the second choice, um it would just basically be however they want to move,
Yes.
you know. But therapy is the perfect component to to implement in your program first.
So do you think in our relationships at the end of departure, people need therapy?
Yes, definitely. You and I would not use the therapist that you used when you were in the previous relationship. If you have a new situation, you should probably start fresh with a new therapist as well. Because just like we bring baggage, your therapist gonna do the same thing because you can't just add on and add on and add on. You're just adding on with multiple people and blah, blah, blah. So, with that, I'm thinking a new therapist would be a great idea. What do you think?
I think a therapist, period.
So you say the therapist, where does your minister team go?
I think, like I said, of course, always pray. You always have talk to God first. But then, like I said, it's like to each his own. People don't have to go to a therapist. They might, like I said, talk to a spiritual guidance. Go do
Mhm.
that way, or they might
Okay.
just go through the support group. They might empty out the therapist, but that's what I was just asking. So, okay, the
So even
therapist.
if they don't try therapy with the therapist, going to the church and speaking with the ministers there.
I think either one of them choices is a good choice to do.
Yeah, that
Not
does.
doing anything is, I think that's not good. But at least doing something to get it off you.
And because do you feel like you can accomplish it without any of those things, without putting any of those resources in line?
Because you go explode. Who you go like? Who you gonna talk to? Pretty much everyone gonna judge you, but in those three categories, they not gonna judge you in your face. So that's pretty much that's what you need. Because anytime you talk to anyone about it, they're gonna judge you in your face, and you're not gonna know how to react.
Because a lot of people always say, I don't want people in my business, or those type of things. They don't want people in their business. They think that you and I don't have the same problem as Barbara and Bill. We do have the same problems. We do have the
But you can
same
talk to someone.
concerns.
It's
And
everyone
it's okay
to
to
talk to
talk to
someone. It's
someone.
anyone. You can talk to anyone who you think you can trust with your words.
Yes.
I
But
think it's
that's
very
the
important.
problem. That's the problem. Can you say that part?
That's the problem.
No, no, no. About trusting with your words.
Yeah, trust with your words.
That's the problem.
Because it's me, I won't healing.
I think that
So
that's why so many people do feel the way they do, and they can't tell anybody anything because people don't know how to keep a secret anymore. Before you can finish, it's already snapped.
that's why I said the other categories.
So those are the safest. Those are the safest. Like you used to be able to pick up the phone and you did not have to say don't tell anybody because you was raised not to tell anybody. You was raised not to tell anybody. What we share in our household, this is our household. This is our household and it will be respected. So I don't know how this day and age goes. But with that, that that's a rough one for me because you have to be able to trust. And you definitely that is the hardest thing that is out there. You can't trust people. It doesn't matter how many years you've known them. People have really showed their disloyalty card.
See, I say to me, I think if you do good, good come back to you.
Mhm.
If you out here throwing out bad gonna come back to you. So that's they call that karma. So that's why people need to start throwing out more good things and more good things, but like by holding stuff. Then when it's their turn, somebody gonna hold their stuff. So that's why I said we have to start doing more good things because once again, some people you have to do what you want people to do. You know what I'm saying? You have to do the same thing that you want people to do for you.
But if a lot of people don't think like that, because again, you can put out all the good, and when it comes your turn, what people do for you? Nothing. That's how people are.
To keep on doing good
So
because they
you
can pay
keep
attention.
on doing good. That's the only thing you can. Nobody can assist with me compromising my blessings. Nobody's that important. Nobody
No.
is not that important.
Yeah, no, I'm not a perfect person, and I'm not. But like I say, I'm a person to the point like I'm gonna give you what you want. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna give you. I'm not gonna match your energy. Period. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go above your energy. You're gonna be shocked like, wow, I ain't finna match your energy like that, cause that's just not me as a person.
But that's the quickest, most effective ways nowadays that people think that matching energy is the best thing to do, which matching energy is the absolute wrong thing to do because, again, like I said, it brings about two wrongs. So, again, when people say, I'm going to match your energy, some people's energy I just don't want to match. Some people energy I don't even want nobody to know I know. So I'm definitely not going to try to match it. So some people, no, not matching their energy. Some people don't have the energy that should be matched. So, with that being said, we are so appreciative of you tuning in to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim on IntellectualRadio.com. We look forward to seeing you guys next week for another exciting conversation. Again, thank you so much for listening to Crazy Conversations with Miss Kim. Good night, friends.
I see you, baby. Get your shot.